There you go. Side by side. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you. Today we are shooting on the Osmo Pocket 3. And I'm using the DJI Mic 2. I'm going to take you guys along on a walk in the Bosque of Albuquerque. Lots of trails run alongside the Rio Grande River. And I figured I'd bring this camera out today to kind of show the difference between the Pocket 3 and the Action 5. Past couple of videos, actually the past probably 5 videos, were all shot on the Action 5. And I did have to mix in some iPhone footage when we were walking around the petroglyph monument, just so I could zoom in, because that is, I guess, one of the limitations of these cameras. They have nice wide angles, perfect for vlogging, but you can't zoom in. I mean, I guess you can zoom in post, and I'm walking with the sun right behind me, which I know is not ideal. So I'm curious to see what this looks like. But just to give you guys an idea or sense of where we are, I'm going to turn the camera around. And that's what we're working with today. The Rio Grande. And right over here are all the trails. You can maybe see some people walking out there. We're just gonna kind of walk north from here, do a couple of miles, but there is the river. All right, let's go. Took a little detour. So this trail, we parked in a parking lot across the road there. That's Alameda. There's a nice open parking area because you can also take a trail going south, either on your bike or you can walk that way as well. We've walked south from here before. But there tends to be, now that it's warming up a little bit, although we are in the middle of a little bit of a cold spell. It's like mid-30s this morning. Doesn't feel too bad, but definitely cooler than what it had been. And on this Pocket 3, I did pop the little wide-angle lens on there. So it's supposed to be like, I believe, a 15 millimeter equivalent. The Pocket 3 does have a gimbal, so the footage should be stable. And of course, we have Amber and Apollo with us. But we're gonna go on our little walk. Should we go over here and start out by the So I brought this camera out today because I haven't really used it for any of the videos that I've shared. So I want to definitely spend more time using it and getting used to it. See how it functions, see how it looks compared to the Action 5. And I did bring the Action 5 with me as well. So maybe we can plug in some side-by-side footage. Okay, so now I have both of the cameras on. The Pocket 3 has the wide-angle lens on there, so it should be fairly equivalent to what we see with the Action 5. But it'll be interesting to see what they look like side by side. And be sure to comment below. Let me know which looks better. And I'm just gonna turn it around as we're walking into the sun, just so we can kind of see what that side by side looks like. See how well each of these cameras handles the shadows and the sunlight and all of that. Nice little sitting area. I'm telling you, everything here in New Mexico includes a nice sitting area feature. That way you can just kind of come out and enjoy the day. Like I said, I am wearing the DJI Mic 2. Last week's video, we had the Mic Mini. So I'm curious to see what this one sounds like. And it's paired to the Pocket 3. Oh, there's a nice big tree. Let's get some shots of the sun. Just for the sake of comparisons. All right. So I will say that the Pocket 3 doesn't feel as durable as the Action 5, and I think, that's kind of a given. As a gimbal, a lot of moving parts. It's not weatherproof or weather resistant, whereas the Action 5 is a lot more durable, intended for more rugged sporting activities, fast action. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera around, see if you guys can see the little duck out there. And here's some other ones just kind of swimming along. Beautiful morning in Albuquerque. So anyway, I decided to talk a little bit more about the cameras because I'm still trying to figure out what I even want this channel to be about and who's potentially going to watch any of these videos. And I got to thinking, we enjoy coming out for walks, we enjoy the hikes. I want to encourage other people to do the same, to get up off the couch, get out of the house, go get some fresh air, get some sunshine, some physical activity, and just keep moving. So that's one thing I want to focus on with the channel. But that gets kind of boring to watch. I know our last video was like 44 minutes long, and people see that and it's like, that's a lot of time to commit just walking around. So it's like, okay, what are the other things I'm interested in? Well, I'm interested in camera gear and technology. And I'm wondering if maybe some of you watching these videos have contemplated starting your own channel, starting your own vlog. So I figured, well, maybe these videos can help to motivate people to get outside get some exercise. It certainly motivates me to get out and get some exercise because it's like, oh, I need to make a video. I'm not just gonna sit in the house and shoot a video, maybe. So it's nice to have a change of scenery and come out. But the second part, I think I lost track of what I was saying, is if you are thinking about starting a vlog and you start watching all the content on YouTube where everybody's talking about the gear that you need and the cinematic footage and yada, 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 you can absolutely go down a rabbit hole that becomes very expensive because you become so focused or fixated on the gear that you need. And so I think what I really want to do with this video is just show you that you can have the $350 Action 5. You can get an Action 4 for just over $200. I think the footage looks very similar, if not the same. Some people claim the footage a little bit better on the Action 4. So using that camera, you can get out and vlog. You can start your channel. I think it is a good idea to have something separate from your phone, so then that way you're not receiving calls or texts or other notifications on that device while you're trying to record, and it'll distract you. So even with a simple Action camera, you can get all the footage you want. The built-in mics on these devices already sound pretty good. You will pick up on some background noise if you're just using the built-in mics, which I think, unless you're in a really noisy situation, that's going to be perfectly fine too. But I've gone ahead and purchased the mic 2s and the mic minis because they do pair directly with these DJI devices. So it's super convenient. I think it helps to cut down on the background noise, improve the audio quality, because I've heard a lot of people on YouTube talking about how your video can look questionable, and that's okay as long as your audio sounds good. So I would say number one thing, focus on your audio. You can get a mic mini standalone single mic for $60 on Amazon. I'll try to include the link for these cameras and the mics down below. But anyway, that was a really long-winded way of saying, just get started. Just get out. Get out, and if you're thinking about making videos, got smacked by a tree. If you're thinking about making videos, just get out and make the videos. And use whatever it is that you currently have. Because it is very challenging to do it on a regular or consistent basis. It gets frustrating at times. It can feel overwhelming, especially if you shoot the way I do, which is just kind of record hours worth of footage and then have to go back up and try to figure out what you're going to include. So I have an opportunity to improve there. I'm working on it. Hopefully we'll see some improvement. But just get out and do it. Or at the very least, get up, get outside, and just walk around in nature. Because as you can see, even though there's just a lot of weeds and dried bushes, it's still beautiful. And there's a lot of places like this, at least here in New Mexico. Hopefully wherever you live, you have some open spaces that you can go to. And I think I'm gonna say the Pocket 3, I don't know if it's heavier or if it's the angle of it. It feels different than vlogging with the Action camera. I'm curious to see how good the footage looks. It has the sensor on the Pocket 3 is bigger than on the Action 5, so it lets more light in. Gives you more depth of field, meaning hopefully I'm in focus, but everything behind me will be slightly blurred. But when you're on the Action camera, everything's in focus. And like I said, end of day, who cares? I think the most important thing when you're making these vlogs is to know, at least in a roundabout way, what it is you want to talk about, what it is that you want to share with the world, share with your viewers. I'd appreciate comments about the footage, which camera looks better. The Pocket 3 video look better? Does the Action 5 video look better? How does audio sound on the Mic 2 compared to last week's video on the Mic Mini? Is it comparable? Is it night and day? Is there some profound difference between the two? And another thing, comment below if this type of content would be interesting to you. Like the how to start a vlog. What do I need to do? Even if that's from setting up your YouTube account, tutorials on that, to recording the footage using whatever you have, whether that's a phone, Action camera, big mirrorless camera, DSLR, how to edit it, where to get audio, all of those things. And while I'm still in the process of learning a lot of that myself, I would really like, if this interests you, to build a community of like-minded people where we can kind of learn and grow together. So if this does interest you, please consider subscribing, and more importantly, leave a comment below. If the video stinks, let me know that it stinks. If the video is all right, let me know that too. And we're going to continue on our little journey here, and we'll see what's going on. And one of the other good things about the Pocket 3, because it has a gimbal and because it does have active track, right now it's tracking on my face. So regardless of wherever I move the camera, I'm just gonna move my arm all over the place, it's gonna stay locked in. Focus is gonna stay locked in on my face. So you don't have to worry so much about framing if you're shooting a video of yourself, or if you're filming a video of your dog or cat or whatever you're doing. You can just kind of lock in the tracking on your subject, and it'll stay dialed in because the little gimbal just kind of swivels around. So that is kind of a good feature. I'm afraid of dropping it, because if I drop this camera, like I've done with the Action camera, it's probably gonna be toast. But I did get DJI Care Refresh. I think they'll replace it twice for a small fee over the next 2 years. So I might as well bring it out and use it. And some of these trees are just twisty and windy. Nice looking old, what are these, cottonwoods? Twisty old cottonwood trees. A nice little area where you get to walk next to the river again. Look at how pretty. Look at how pretty. Amber and I are in sync. And I can hear something rustling around out in the leaves, probably a lizard. Sounds like a big lizard.
What is it right there?
What?
A bird. That black thing.
Oh yeah, it is a bird. Yep, there's a little bird rustling around in the leaves. A nice doggy memorial here. Maru, in memory of Maru. I left his little paw print, picture of him in his collar. He must have liked coming out on his little walks. Hope you're having fun in doggy heaven, Maru. Running around chasing stuff and eating lots of snacks. Oh, this is pretty. Okay, so let's say you find yourself a nice backdrop like this, and you come out and you just tell your story. Like, what story do you want to share with the world? Everybody has something to offer. All of us have such unique experiences through life, and you've all learned so many valuable lessons. Share it with everybody else. Share your wisdom, share your pain, share your experiences with everybody else to give us all an opportunity to learn. But how does this look as a backdrop for Story Hour? Yeah, this is kind of a cool backdrop. Not sure how it looks with the sun in my face, but nice, quiet. You could pack yourself a chair out here. You could just come and sit and you could tell stories all day long. All day long. The other good thing about these DJI cameras, their cameras and their drones, they're just awesome. They're fantastic. I've owned a Canon M50. That was the first camera that I bought when I thought, oh, you know what, I want to be creative. I want to make some vlogs. I want to make some YouTube videos. So I got the Canon M50. Had a 30-minute recording length, and as you guys have seen in the other videos, I can ramble for a little while. So never really did anything with that one. The lens that I had, 16mm lens, was heavy. So I mean, I can't even imagine trying to hold that camera out in front of me and have a long conversation. So I decided, watching a lot of videos, watching everybody saying which cameras are the best, which ones look the best, went out and got the Sony a7 IV, an even larger camera. But it didn't have a cap on the recording duration, so I thought I was gonna do something with that one. But once again, it's just so heavy and bulky, and it's already sometimes awkward enough when you're out in public and other people are walking by and you're sitting here talking to yourself in the camera. My opinion on that, who cares? Everybody's living their own lives. Just they won't remember you. You don't know them, they don't know you. Who cares? If they think you're crazy, great. Let them think you're crazy. But anyway, got that camera, and I've had GoPros. Had the GoPro 9, the GoPro 10, the GoPro 11. All of those were pretty much the same. I think the GoPro 11 looked a little bit better than the 9 and the 10, but I don't know. That's kind of up in the air in terms of how accurate that statement is. And then got the Action 5, and it's just phenomenal. The battery life on that camera is just great. Like, honestly, you could get away shooting several hours of video just with a single battery. And you can record a whole day using that thing. So I was like, okay, this is super convenient. And then I saw the Pocket 3, saw a bunch of course, YouTube videos talking about how great the footage looked. And, you know, of course, I've been caught up in that hysteria of I want cinematic footage. So I got the Pocket 3. All right, we're gonna do our cinematic backdrop now. I mean, just look at how beautiful this backdrop is. This is just amazing. But if you're just getting started out, and actually even if you've been doing it for a long time, like what is it that you're trying to create? At the end of the day, if you have something that you want to share with whoever your intended audience is, which is another topic for another day, you just need to get out and record. I do agree, get good audio. I've listened or watched a lot of videos with terrible audio, and it becomes very difficult to sit there and watch and consume the whole video. And you know, I feel bad because when I'm watching YouTube videos, I like to, if I have invested the time, I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I'm gonna give them a like. Just let them know that people are out there watching the content and enjoying it. Just can't get over how nice this is. And yeah, the water's a little bit murky and we could focus on that. But it's just so pretty with the sandias as the backdrop. Nice, lazy Rio Grande River. Birds chirping in the trees. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. And if you're watching this, thank you for watching. Appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to me ramble and breathe heavy as we're walking through these trails. Another question that I have for the tens of people watching this: what would you like to see? More videos talking about gear, cameras, microphones, because I do have lots of gear. I do have other microphones. So would you like to see more of that content? Would you like me to take the direction of doing cooking content? Because I do work very much full time. I thankfully still work from home, so it's convenient. But all that to say is, I don't get out much during the weekdays. Mostly just stay at home and work and cook dinner. But if there's anybody out there interested, or maybe enough of you out there that are interested in that type of content, I have toyed with the idea because I do love cooking. Definitely enjoy eating, but I'm a fan. All right, we're gonna head back now. I am a fan of cooking. I've always enjoyed cooking. I think Amber enjoys the fact that I enjoy cooking, although I tend to get fairly repetitive with what we're eating, like Taco Tuesday or some variation of tacos, and we tend to just kind of eat the same things over and over again. But if I'm making cooking videos and having conversation, maybe that would inspire me to try out some new recipes, try out some new food. And we can all watch me fail at some of those recipes together. So anyway, just let me know. Like I mentioned earlier, I'd really like to grow a community of like-minded individuals. I'd like to get out and enjoy nature, enjoy food and drink as much as I do, and that want to vlog, want to create, whether it's art, YouTube videos, content, maybe just want to focus on social media. Those are the people that I really want to connect with, because I'm interested in learning. I'm interested in learning more. I think I do have information that I can share. So it's not just going to be a one-way exchange. But that's what I'm looking for. So if that sounds like you, hit subscribe, engage in the comments, and let's build a community of small YouTubers that are interested in getting bigger. Okay, I'm gonna take off the wide angle adapter and let's compare. Okay, wide angle is now off. My arm is in the same spot that it was. What does it look like? Okay, filter coming back on. There you go. Can you see the difference? Is it worth having the wide angle on there? Now the one downside of throwing that little wide angle adapter on there is the camera, when you shut it off, kind of folds itself into a very specific position so you can put it back in the case. But this wide angle lens, when you pop it on there, it's magnetic. So it just pops on there. But when it's on there, the camera head can't close up all of the way to kind of protect itself. And I think it does that to kind of prevent scratches or anything happening to the glass. So that is a downside, because if you're using this wide angle adapter, if you want to store it as secure as possible, you have to pop off that little magnetic filter, put it back in the little storage compartment in the carrying case, and then stow it away. But I guess it just depends on your shooting flow, and like if you already know what you're going to talk about, you can just set up your camera, tell your stories. I think that would be the easiest way to get started, is just turn the camera on, record, not record a bunch of extra footage that you have to try to edit out or cut out later. And you could practically just go from shooting the footage to posting it and get it all done in the same day. Some of the longer videos, like when we were traveling to Mexico and Honduras, those videos, I had so much footage. Like in, I think, was it Belize? One of those, I had like 15 or 20 hours worth of footage that I had recorded, and I'd royally screwed all that up. Because while we were there and recording, I didn't take the opportunity to have these types of conversations. And it was one, because it feels a little bit more awkward when you're around a lot of people. But hopefully, more importantly, I was trying to be in the moment and enjoy my time. So while I had enjoy my time there. So while I had the camera recording, I didn't want to have to also think about, oh, what can I talk about while we're doing this? But I would say missed opportunity, at least from my perspective, to be more engaged, or at least have some type of dialogue happening, because those videos were, after all was said and done, trimmed off dozens of hours of recordings just to kind of serve as a highlight reel with some music. But we had a great time. If you've never been on a cruise, take a cruise. You get to stop at several ports while you're on the cruise. Regardless of the cruise line, you know, anything is what you make of it. This last one, was it as nice as the celebrity cruises that we've been on? No. But was it still fun? It was a great time. The staff was really nice. Everybody was cool. We had a really, really good time. But back to taking a cruise. Take a cruise. You get to see a bunch of different countries. Most of the excursions, like if you do an excursion that you book through the cruise line, it's very safe, very controlled, and the boat won't leave without you. If you do what we did, it's a little bit more questionable, because we booked private excursions directly with folks that provide the activities, which means there is no ship waiting for you if you're late. If something happens, a vehicle breaks down, there's a real possibility the ship will just take off without you if you're not back by departure time. But I think that just adds to the fun, adds to the excitement. Because if you happen to miss the boat, especially if you're making YouTube content, what a fantastic video that would be. How stable is the camera? I mean, obviously I'll see it when I'm editing the video, but from your perspective, how's this gimbal holding up? Is it as advertised? Or is it shaking around, making you nauseous while you're trying to watch me talk? But I know I've said it a dozen times already. Leave a comment. Tell me more about you. Where are you from? What do you enjoy doing? You have similar interests or interests that are completely different? Drop a comment. I'd love to engage. Really just want to build a community of like-minded people. So when we do get the opportunity to travel around not only the United States but the world, I think it'd be fun to have a community of people large enough to where you could meet up with people wherever you are. I think that'd be fun. So If anything I said resonates, be part of the community. Okay, now we're going the secret tunnel way. This little pathway has these, are they trees or vines? Amber, she has the footage going so she can kind of capture it. I'll be sure to include that here. But this is such a cool little pathway. And right now everything's still kind of dead looking and brown because nature's still waking up from its winter nap. But once we get more into the summertime, we can come back here, and this place is really cool looking. You just have to be careful if you're on the taller side not to smack yourself in the face or run into anything. But really, there's so many. I think regardless of where you live, there's so many cool places to just go and explore. And vlogging helps you to, kind of serves as a creative outlet. Here's the water. Let's cut through this little path. And just like that, we're back on the main course. We are nearing the end of our walk. If you made it this far, I really want to thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please consider subscribing. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, you don't have to touch any of the thumbs. You can just keep on scrolling, go about your day, and I'll understand. But leave a comment below. Appreciate you watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Come on back up. There you go. One last comparison shot. There you go. Side by side. This is what they look like. All right, for real this time. Thanks for watching.